Chairperson Atkins.
I hear you there. Thank you for
Good.
joining us, Director Wynn.
I've been having lots of fun again, but I'm here.
Well, thank you for joining us today. It's Thursday, April 16th, 2020, for our Sports Authority Board of Directors meeting. We are meeting today by electronic means pursuant to Governor Bill Lee's Executive Order 16. Item on today's agenda constitute essential business, and meeting electronically is necessary to protect our safety in light of the COVID-19 outbreak. Unless there's an objection, we will utilize the revised agenda that is before us that reflects the electronic nature of today's meeting rather than the physical location. Please take notice that decisions of the Sports Authority may be appealed to the Chancery Court of Davidson County for review under a common law writ of certiorari. Any appeal must be filed within 60 days of a final decision by the board. Any person or other entity considering an appeal should consult with an attorney to ensure the time and procedural requirements are met. Today, we have board members participating via WebEx, and we are lucky that Stephanie Judd with Metro ITS is here to help us with any tech support. Thank you, Stephanie.
You're welcome. My pleasure.
When I call your name, Board of Directors, please unmute yourself and let us know that you are participating. Director Wynn.
Here.
Director Bim.
Here.
Director Duncan.
Here.
Director Gill.
Here.
And welcome. This is your first meeting officially. Thank you for joining us.
I'm glad to be here. Thank you.
Chair Glassmeyer. Director Glassmeyer.
I'm here.
Director Harrison.
I'm here.
Director Hogan.
I'm here.
Director McGee. It appears he has not joined us. He will be able to later. Director West.
Here. I'm here.
Thank you, everyone. Kathy Bender is unable to join us today. And noting who all is here, we have a quorum, so we will proceed. First up, we have consideration of the February 20th meeting minutes. Is there a motion for approval?
For approval.
Second.
There's a motion and properly seconded. Any discussion? Okay, we will, in the spirit of this meeting, I will go through a roll call vote. Please vote when I call your name. Director Wynn?
Aye.
Director Bim?
Aye.
Director Duncan?
Aye.
Director Gill?
Aye.
Director Glassmeyer?
Aye.
Director Harrison?
Aye.
Director Hogan?
Aye.
Director West?
Aye.
Thank you. I guess I should also note that it appears Anna Page is not joining us, unable to join us today as well. I meant to note that earlier. Moving on. Okay. We have gotten through one agenda item. Appreciate everyone's patience. At this time, we will hear from our executive director for her report, Monica.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. You see the meeting agenda is on the screen. There are 2 action items for the board to consider. The first will be a recommendation from the Finance Committee on a resolution for funding to close out Fordyce Center Bellevue. The second is for the appointment of the authority's representatives for the Development Committee. This is a requirement of the development agreement for the MLS Stadium. Additionally, the authority will hear brief reports from all of our facilities. It's a pretty straightforward agenda. Are there any questions? Okay, well, I'm going to keep my report short. There are two things I do want to mention. First, CAA Icon, our consultant for the Women's Sports Initiative, has been busy interviewing advisory committee members and working on its report, which they will present to the committee on April the 29th. Margaret Bim and I got a taste of the report yesterday and are looking forward to the full presentation. And you'll hear more about that later. And then last but not least, for those of you who were able to be on the Finance Committee, attend that meeting, we introduced our new finance manager, Melissa Wells. Melissa is a Nashville native. She spent more than 20 years in the private sector as the CFO of an aviation consulting firm here in Nashville that served airports across the country, and she worked with many airport authorities in that role. She comes to us directly from TDOT, where she has spent the last 5 years. Clearly, it's an interesting time to start a new position. I think she's drinking from the fire hydrant right now, but we're very excited to have her on board. Melissa, welcome.
Thank you very much, Monica. I am excited about being on board and look forward to working with each of you. Thank you.
I was going to say, some of you have had an opportunity to meet Melissa. You've been on Zoom meetings with her. Others of you will get to meet her soon. And so we look forward to her being on our team. If there are no questions, that concludes my report.
Thank you, Monica. Earlier this morning, our Finance Committee met via WebEx, and our chair, Director Glassmeyer, will give us the committee report.
Thank you, Madam Chair. The committee reviewed the request to fulfill, and then my screen went away there. I'm sorry, I can't read the actual resolution. Margaret Bem worked with Margaret Darby on just a couple of addendums. Margaret Darby, do you have that new language to share?
The new language is up on the screen.
Okay,
you
great.
can see there is a 1, 2, 3, 4. The fifth recital has been amended, and the first action portion of the resolution has also been amended to reference the arena revenue fund.
I'll give everybody just a moment to read through that. The Finance Committee did vote to recommend for approval of the amended resolution. Margaret or Dudley, did you have anything you'd like to add? Margaret Bem or Dudley?
No, I have to say that I really do appreciate all the work that Monica and Margaret Darby have gone to get us to this point, and I fully support the resolution as it's before the board.
I have no further comments either. I think that the resolution that as amended accurately reflects what was discussed at the Finance Committee, and I move approval.
Thank you, Margaret and Dudley. Madam Chair, we recommend approval to the board.
Okay, we have a motion by Director West. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Director Nguyen. Any further discussion? Seeing no discussion, we will vote via roll call vote. to consider a request to authorize an expenditure from the Arena Revenue Fund to support the closeout of the Ford Ice Center in Bellevue. When I call your name, please vote. Director Nguyen?
Aye.
Director Bim?
Aye.
Director Duncan?
Aye.
Director Gill?
Aye.
Director Glassmeyer?
Aye.
Director Harrison?
Aye.
Director Hogan?
Aye.
Director Page has joined us. Director Page, how do you vote? We might be having some technical difficulty with Anna Page's mic. It appears she's unmuting herself. So you can interrupt us, Anna, if you're able to chime in. We'll move on to the vote of Director West. Dudley, how do you vote?
Aye. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can now. Thank you.
Okay.
Ayes have it. The Finance Committee recommendation is approved. Is there any further reports from Finance, John?
No, ma'am.
Thank you guys for meeting this morning and for your time. Okay, now that moves us on to the MLS update. For our presenters who are joining us today, as always, please introduce yourself and let us know who you represent.
Thank you, Madam Chair. My name is Mary Cabara, and I'm here today on behalf of Nashville SC and our ownership group. I will share a brief update on the team and the MLS Stadium project. It's really remarkable to think that we officially joined MLS on January 1st of this year. We held our inaugural match on February 29th at Nissan Stadium with almost 60,000 fans in attendance, and it was an extremely successful event and really owe great gratitude to our partners at the Titans. They just went out of their way to really make it successful. On March 3rd, we had the tornado that hit parts of Nashville. We played our second match at Portland, Oregon on March 8th. And then on March 11th, the World Health Organization declared a pandemic. And that all happened within less than 75 days. So as you can imagine, as a brand new sports franchise, we've all been pitching in unusual ways and learning quite a bit. As with all professional sports, our season is suspended and the league is working on various alternatives with the goal to play as many games as possible. Our players remain in town and are working out at their homes. Our staff are also working on creative content to engage with our fans, such as video game matches, referred to as eMLS, virtual interviews with our players and others. And last week, we even hosted a CEO lunch with our CEO, Ian Ayre, and Sean Henry of the Preds. And of course, there's virtual happy hours every week. We're also working in the community to help those affected by the tornado and virus, similar to all the other Nashville professional sports teams. The board is aware demolition at the Fairgrounds Nashville site must be complete prior to commencement of construction of the MLS Stadium. Demolition started in early March and is expected to be wrapped up by late June of this year. The 100% construction documents were completed in early April, and the initial earthwork bid packages were released last week. Construction is expected to start in early July, with substantial completion targeted for mid-May of 2022. My caveat is that similar to any construction project, schedules may change as the work progresses. As Monica mentioned earlier, the Sports Authority Board also previously approved certain documents related to the construction of the stadium, including the lease agreement, the development agreement, and the construction administration agreement. We are working with the Metro legal team to update these documents per the terms of the recently agreed upon term sheet. One of the important provisions of the development agreement is the creation of a development committee that monitors the stadium project construction. As a reminder, this is a 5-person committee chaired by the team, and I will be serving in that role. And we will also have another team representative. There are 2 representatives appointed by the Sports Authority Board and 1 representative appointed by the Fair Board. We have been communicating informally under this format in working with ICON, GHP, CPS, Monica, and Laura Womack. And we believe it's important to have this committee formally in place once the documents are complete. We will also continue to provide updates as the project moves forward. Thank you.
Madam Chair, this is Ron Gobble. With your permission, I'd like to give a quick update on the infrastructure project.
Ron, we would love your update. Please go ahead. And I see your hand now. Forgive me.
That's quite all right. The design team has been remobilized and are working. We're trying to focus on the bridge portion. It's going to take a while to get that permitted. So we're moving quickly in that area. We are working on a RFP for a construction manager for the infrastructure portion. We feel by going ahead and getting that process started in the next few months, we'll be able to accelerate the schedule. The goal is to make sure that we can have construction underway in order to reach certain milestones necessary for the construction of the stadium. They've got to have obviously some utility connections and other things of that nature prior to substantial completion. But the goal again is to be substantially complete with this at the same time the stadium is being wound up in 2022. That's my report, Madam Chairman.
Thank you, Ron. Are there questions on the MLS update from for either Mary or Ron at this time? Seeing no hands. Monica?
Yes. So Mary, I think, gave a great update in terms of the work of the development committee, who the development committee is comprised of. The document that was on the screen a second ago is taken from the development agreement and speaks to the committee, to the work of the committee and how that functions. Mary also mentioned that the Sports Authority will have 2 members serving on that committee, along with team representatives and a member from the Fair Board. And so it's our recommendation that the executive director and Ron Gobble serve as the authority's original committee members, with Jim Pashofsky, our other project manager, attending all of the committee meetings, which the development agreement allows. The agreement also allows for the replacement of committee members from time to time as necessary. So if there was an issue to arise and it would make more sense for Jim to be on the committee for a certain period of time, we do have the ability to make that change. Are there any questions?
I don't see any hands. Feel free to chime in if there are questions. We've heard Monica, the staff report and recommendation to appoint Monica and Ron Gobble as appointment of the Sports Authority's MLS Development Committee members. Is there a motion?
So moved.
So moved.
That was Glassmeyer.
Thank you. I thought so, but appreciate the help. Okay, we have a motion, and is there a second?
Second.
Second by, I believe, Director Nguyen.
Yes.
Thank you. Is there any discussion? Okay, we're ready for a roll call vote. Director Nguyen?
Aye.
Director Bem?
Yes.
Director Duncan?
Aye.
Director Gill?
Yes.
Director Glassmeyer?
Yes.
Director Harrison?
Yes.
Director Hogan?
Yes.
Director Page? It appears Page is a pass. Director West?
Yes.
Okay, ayes have it. The motion is approved for appointment of the committee. That moves us on to facility questions. I believe both the Titans and the Predators will give us a brief update post the tornado and the recent COVID-19 outbreak. We'll start with Nissan Stadium. I believe Bob Lackey is going to kick us off. Bob? I'm sorry, Bob Flynn. Monica, do you want to start this portion of the agenda, perhaps? And then if our partners are able to chime in, they'll do so.
Here, can you hear me now, Kim?
I can now. There you go.
Okay, I'm not sure why it went off, so sorry about that. And Stephanie, can you put up that slide? I will assume everybody can hear me clearly, and I hope everybody's doing well.
Yes, I'm going to raise my hand so you can see that I'm well and I can hear you.
Good. Okay, so we just have a quick update on the facility. If you go to the next page, Stephanie. So I'll just back up. So Mary Cabrera said about our soccer game, which we had on 2/29, which was a great game, and we really appreciate everything they did to make that a great success. But 3 days later, we had the tornado come through, and luckily it missed, the stadium mostly. There was no stadium damage. We did have 9 magnetometers go down in the storm, and we also lost about 25 bike racks. So we've had looked at, and there is damage to those that they'll need to be replaced. As a result of the tornado, our ownership stepped up, and I think within a couple of days afterwards made a $1 million donation to the community foundation. And I know on 2 or 3 different accounts or days, we had staff out in North Nashville, mostly concentrating on helping out there to do what we could to help pick up the pieces and parts. And it was great to see, all of my staff, team members out there, and just everybody in the community out there doing what they can. But shortly after that, we had the COVID-19, and and I've been communicating this with Monica, we have been obeying the mayor's and the governor's orders of being, stay at home or safe at home. And currently I only have, I have security going there every day, 24/7 security. I have cleaning going in there every day. And then I have some building essential people going and checking out some of the building equipment. I do have my concessionaires. They have to go in there and check their freezers. But we are pretty much staying away from the stadium as best we can, or as much as we can, to adhere to the mayor's and the governor's, orders. Losing events, unfortunately, that's what's happened. We've lost, I think it's 7 NSC soccer games. We lost the Rolling Stones, the CMAs. I think everybody saw that a couple weeks ago. Monster Jam was canceled. I think it was last week. And, still on the books, we have 3 events. We have the Good Guys Car Show. We have Kenny Chesney on the 27th and Def Leppard on the 29th. Currently they're still on the books, but we'll have to wait and see if that really does happen. For a donation to the United Way, ownership also made a $50,000 donation there. And we actually held a PPE drive, and Quentin Herring helped me out here also, but it was with Project Cure, and we were able to get 5 pallets of PPE gear, which was spread throughout the Middle Tennessee area. And it was something that was put together on a Thursday, and we were very pleased with what we got on a Sunday. So it was successful, and we were very happy to help out there. And I know our marketing team and our and T-Rack, and they've got some stuff on the books to get some other things to do at home while we're all working from the house. There is one CapEx addition that I want to bring up: the sports lighting system. So in the facility assessment, we've got our current lighting is about to go obsolete. We're having issues with it, consistency. And so we moved forward with hiring Musco, which is leaders in lights and stadium lights. And so we're hoping to get that up in July, which will help soccer and will also help us during our season. Cause right now we're planning to move forward with the season. And so it'll be a needed addition, because the consistency of the lights are something that's troubling my electrician. So we're very concerned about that. And just to finish it off, we've got the draft next Thursday. So hopefully everybody will tune in, because I think it will get great ratings, and see some future Titan players that will be on the field this coming fall and for years after that. But that is basically my our report. If you've got any questions, please let me know. But I do hope everybody's staying safe.
Thank you, Bob. Are there any questions for Bob Flynn and the Titans? Seeing, I believe Director Harrison, do you have a question? Yes, please.
Yeah, could he go into a little bit more detail about that lighting? I don't understand what he meant exactly with the lighting.
It's sports lighting for LED sports lighting, so we'll actually end up saving some money but our current lighting system is basically we can't find the support pieces for it, and it's been there since day one. And when we had our facility assessment, it was addressed that in 2020 we should be replacing it. So it is just going from the old lighting system to the brand new LED lighting system, which more and more around the league and around, I know Bridgestone last year or 2 years ago put in a new LED lighting system. It's just what the current, you're no longer using the old system. It's the LED system, which will be more efficient for us, and also we know will be more reliable.
So Bob, that's okay. lighting for the field?
Yes, sorry about that. Yeah, it's the lighting for the field. Exactly. Sorry about that.
Okay, I understand. Thank you.
Thank you, Director Harrison. Are there any other questions by the board? Now we will hear from the Predators.
Good morning. Can everybody hear me?
Good morning. Is that Kyle?
This is Kyle Clayton, Vice President of Operations for Bridgestone Arena and the Nashville Predators. It's great to at least hear from everybody. It gives us maybe a little sense of normalcy. It also gives me an excuse to hide in my office for an hour away from my kids, because I know they're tired of hearing from me already. So hopefully I'm not alone in that. Just to give you kind of an update on where we're at. As we're going through this current situation, our goal really is just to make the best of it. And how we're going to do that is just make our organization stronger, come out of this stronger than we went into it, and then just further entrench ourselves in the Nashville community. It's one of our core goals of our organization. From an event side, we're somewhat fortunate. We've only had 3 events truly canceled. That's the SEC basketball men's tournament, Niall Horan, and the Zach Brown Band. Every other event that was on the schedule has been postponed. Most have already selected other dates. We're just waiting to announce ones that haven't been announced yet, while they announce the rest of their tours and what they're going to end up doing. So as of right now, we've only lost 3 events, which is fantastic. And then obviously the NHL season has been put on pause. Well, obviously we're all waiting for further updates there. So now that we're not having events currently, what are we doing? From our full-time staff, we're just trying to keep them engaged. There's a lot of stories out there right now of teams that are laying folks off and doing furloughs and things like that. But our ownership group is very committed to our current staff. And again, to come out of this stronger, we've got to keep everybody engaged. So we're doing that through, daily department calls, weekly all staff calls. We're doing a lot of webinars and training. Obviously, we have a few people on staff, similar to what Bob was talking about. We have some security on site, and then some engineers checking on equipment and things like that, and cleaning crew. Just to make sure the building is in good shape. One of the fun things that we're doing with our full-time staff is we have to keep not only them engaged, but also our season ticket holders, our core fans, which makes up everything that we do at Bridgestone. And so we've initiated a call campaign. We've done this previously, and we did it again during this time. So all of our full-time staff have a list of season ticket holders to call. It's actually a really fun experience. Everybody calls about 20 to 30 different folks, and I just completed mine the other day. And a funny story that we had was one of our employees out at Fort Ice Center, Antioch, she had a call. It was actually an elderly lady, and they talked for like 45 minutes just about life and hockey and sports and anything else. And they've actually arranged future phone calls just because they kind of hit it off and made such a friendship. So it's just a cool way for our fans to be engaged and also our full-time staff. As far as our event staff, again, we're not having events right now. So obviously we want to keep them engaged and also support them during this time, because with everything that's going on, there's a lot of financial hardships. So we're happy to say that our owners, our players, our coaches, and our management all came together, and we funded $1 million fund that'll pay the event staff for events canceled. So those 3 events I mentioned earlier, as well as the 6 hockey games that were still to be played. We've used that $1 million fund to pay our event staff for those missed shifts. So it's something that we just felt was the right thing to do. Our event staff is the front line. They're the lifeblood of our organization, and they make that experience at the arena what it is. So we want to make sure we help take care of them during this hard times. Then the Smashville community. I shared a newspaper article with everybody earlier in the week, and we're proud to say that we're going to deliver $2.7 million in tornado and COVID-19 relief. From a tornado perspective, as soon as the very next day after the tornado, we opened our doors just to serve lunch for anybody that was affected or anybody that needed it, whether they were a first responder or they had damage or whatever. We really just try to figure out what we could do immediately, and just opening our doors to serve lunch was something that we could knock out pretty quickly just to help in the way we could. And then similar to a lot of the other organizations in town, our staff and our players, everybody just volunteered. We collected a lot of supplies just to help those relief efforts. And then obviously, the best thing we can do obviously is raise money. So we used the foundation auctions that we had around our games. We had a Dan and Shay concert, and there was some financial benefit from there as well towards tornado relief. From a COVID relief situation, again, I mentioned earlier, our event staff financial support, made donations to the Mayor's Relief Fund. We helped support a couple blood drives that were originally scheduled for our arena. They were moved to a different site and just pushed those and actually had better results. It was great. A big initiative that we're in the middle of right now is part of our Eat With Us campaign. It's feeding the front line. So we're sending meals to Metro Police, Vanderbilt Medical Center, other areas of first responders. And we're doing that with our corporate partners just to help keep them engaged, help keeping their brand out there, just to name a few that have been so instrumental in this has been Puckett's, Chick-fil-A, and Corner Pub. They've been fantastic. And obviously, there's financial support there, and proud to say that Elizabeth and David Poyle, Tracy and Sean Henry, as well as Sheila and Terry Chris have all been very supportive in that endeavor. Obviously, our foundation, they continue to do amazing things, and they always tend to step up in times like this. This is the time of year that we usually award our grants. This year, we're proud to say we're going to award $700,000. It's the largest one-time donation that we've given out. And this will go to 168 different charitable and community service organizations in Middle Tennessee. And usually they have to submit a request proposal and kind of tell us what they're going to do with the donation. This year, we've allowed them to change that so they can do it towards COVID relief or tornado relief. And so we're excited to say that we're rolling those out. I think we do 7 a day. We announced 7 a day. And Joe Dubin with Channel 4, he's done a great job. He's been distributing those checks for us. So he does it every morning at 6:50. So something fun to check in on Channel 4 every morning, just to start your day off with a nice positive note. From our players' side, they're all in town. They're all working out on their own. So they're just trying to jump in and help. A couple of examples, Captain Roman Yossi, he's fantastic. He's made different donations to Second Harvest Food Bank and also Home Street Home. Roman Yossi, Pecorine, Ryan Johansson, and Matt Duchesne, they've all stepped up and set up a fund at Dunkin' Donuts locations in downtown to serve hospital workers. So Matt Duchesne actually put out a video this morning letting people know where to go and what to do, and just to say thank you to the first responders and the folks that are taking care of everybody. And then alumni Mike Fisher, again, he's just a great all-around guy, and he's donated his proceeds from the inaugural Fred's Foundation clay shoot that it's going to go towards COVID-19. But again, we have all these things, and really we understand our strength in this moment is just to be a megaphone, to be a positive voice in the community and use our brand to hopefully inspire our fans and our neighbors and our friends to do what they can do to obviously help out the Nashville community. Because again, Nashville's a great city, and it really shines through in situations like this. And, our slogan of being Nashville strong, it just makes so much sense, and we're just excited to be part of that. So happy to answer any questions you guys have about anything that we're doing.
Thank you, Kyle, for that report and update and all the good work you guys are doing, and also Nissan Stadium. Are there any questions for Kyle? Seeing none, we will move on to our First Horizon Park report. And I believe we have a presentation that Stephanie will queue up for us.
And Stephanie, if possible, can I run that? This is Doug Scopel, Vice President Operations for First Horizon Park and the Nashville Sounds. Can I run that from my computer?
Yes, sir. I'm passing you presenter now.
Okay. So bear with me while I can share a screen here. Okay. Am I showing the right one, Stephanie, or am I not showing the right one?
Do you have it on the presentation?
Yes.
Can you start the presentation, and then I'll be able to let you know?
Okay. It says it's on. You see it?
We see it.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So first of all, again, Doug Scopel, Nashville Sounds. Adam Noose, our general manager, is also on, and we're going to kind of split this presentation. He may chip in while I'm talking. What I'm going to do is run through kind of the status of the ballpark and where we are in the aftermath of the tornado. We did sustain some damage here at the ballpark, as what you're seeing on the screen now, this Nashville will rally. You see the scoreboard there with some damage. This is a billboard that we've had around town, just kind of showing obviously our support, but it gives you an idea of some of the damage that we had, as you can see on the neck of the guitar and some of the big body of the guitar. We had some damages there.
Hey, Doug, it's Kim.
Yes.
And we can see the guitar, but it's on the left-hand side. It's not the prominent screen. I'm not sure if you can.
Oh, how do I switch that, Stephanie?
So I'm not sure which screen you're showing the presentation.
There we go. Okay, now that's better.
Good now?
That's better.
Sorry about that. So anyway, this is the guitar. I'm going to show you guys some additional pictures of a few of the areas that had damage, just for those that haven't seen it, can get a kind of a perspective on some of the bigger picture things we're working with. But anyway, that's just kind of a billboard we put together with our creative team. Quick rundown of some of the damages we've had, and you can read through the bullet points I put on the screen. So the tornado hit on the 3rd. Our ballpark didn't have power for basically the week after that. And so we were not working there. Our staff was really great. An interesting note on this was Adam and I and a few other members of our staff were out in Arizona at the time. We do an annual trip in March to spring training to visit with our players and coaches, and we were there for less than 24 hours, and then the storm hit. So we're sitting there thousands of miles away from Nashville, dealing with trying to help give some direction to what can happen here. And it was really amazing to see what our staff did to just kind of group together and organically start doing some relief stuff, which we'll get into, and Adam may chip in on some of that later. But let me get back to damages. So we're still assessing some of the damages here. We're working with Metro Nashville, as you see in the 3rd point there, that the insurance claim is a combination of a joint claim between our insurance and the city's insurance. And so there's a lot of folks in that discussion. I've been on phone calls with Monica and Adam and claims adjusters on both sides and disaster relief specialists and a whole bunch of folks as we work through this. We think the total damage costs are going to be between $1 million and $1.5 million. The last item that we're still trying to finalize is our roof, and I'll show you a few pictures of that. I actually spent an hour and a half this morning before this call on the roof with several folks, trying to really nail down what needs to be done up there and what our next course of action is. Some of the items that can be repaired, as we review them with the claims adjusters, the repairs are already underway. And as you see on the last point, we have, just like every other sport, we're currently don't know when we're going to start, but we certainly, that delay affords us the chance to get everything repaired before we do host our first game. So here's a couple additional pictures of the scoreboard damage, just to kind of walk you through. I showed you the front. The neck of the guitar suffered the most of the damage. That's where typically for games, you would have our line score. It shows inning by inning scores, runs, hits, errors, balls, strikes, outs, that sort of thing. And then the back of the guitar there, there's normally a scrim on the back there that got torn off. There was a little bit of structural damage up there that we have to repair just from the wind blowing through there. Fortunately, all in all, it was just isolated really to the neck. We had a few issues on the main guitar, but those have already been fixed. So that's the guitar. One thing we're going to do here is when we make this back whole, the previous neck had the line score and it worked fine. It was baseball specific. So for baseball events, it was great. It served our needs. But when we host other events, as you guys know, we've hosted Nashville SC for 2 years, played here. We've had a variety of different events, and who knows what events we could have in the future, whether they're sports events or non-sports events. We're going to put an LED neck in, which will increase the functionality for multiple sports, give us the opportunity to do different things with fan experience, whether it helps, between innings to promote our partners, or when a home run's hit, you can put some graphics up on there. The sounds are going to pay the overage of what that cost would be to add in that LED. While, it's unfortunate this has happened, but while it has happened, it gives us a chance to improve our experience for not just baseball, but for anybody that's come to the ballpark. A few pictures on the roof. It's real hard to see by these pictures, but I just kind of want to show you the picture on the left there. That is Junior Gilliam Way, kind of below the roof. That's basically above our main home plate entrance. You can see that some of the metal roofing and membrane was torn off. You can see where there's some air had got under there. The picture on the right is temporary, tarping that you see on a lot of buildings around town that's currently up there, but as we evaluate how to best fix this. But we had several leaks throughout the building as a result of the roof damage. They've all been temporarily patched, but we needed to come up with a permanent solution for those. Just two more pictures with close-ups where you could see either scratches or some of the tearing there that was caused by either the wind or debris hitting us from, neighboring buildings or wherever, we're not sure. But we had, up there this morning, we counted several hundred individual patches that already had to be made just as a temporary fix. So, some things that we're continuing to work through. Does anybody have that? I think, yeah, that's it for my report on the damages. We had, there's a lot more areas that were damaged. The bandbox really got struck pretty hard. We are going to have to replace almost everything that was in there: TVs, fans, lighting, a lot of the equipment. The brunt of the force really came through kind of our right field area there: bandbox, scoreboard, that general area. But there was pretty much all parts of the ballpark that were outdoors had some sort of effect from the winds. Before I jump into kind of the next step of this with tornado recovery, are there any specific questions on the tornado damages and how we're processing through those?
Hey, Doug, what about the art for the putt-putt golf?
Fortunately, all of that art was in good shape. The only damage on the putt-putt course was we have 4 light poles that are in that course. Those got bent a little bit, but it's not a structural damage. They just need to be reset on their bases. So it's funny how the wind works, that 5 feet away from the bandbox, which got hit hard, there was a little plastic table sitting out there that had been left from the glow event that we hadn't moved yet. And it didn't even get knocked over, yet we have this major damage. So it's Mother Nature works in funny ways.
Any other questions for Doug and this portion of the sounds report? Thank you.
Okay, yeah, I'll move along to kind of the Nashville Strong. Every team, and we've heard from everybody, we're all doing events, and so this is going to be nothing new from what you've already heard from everybody else, just kind of working together as a community to recover here. But I mentioned earlier, well, first thing there, the Sounds Foundation and some of our baseball partners made a donation of over $100,000 to Music City Fund. That number's probably up from there, and Adam may be able to chime in on that. I'm not sure where we stand on that, but as I mentioned, we were out of town and our staff organically just used First Horizon Park. We couldn't work in the ballpark because of no power, but the entryway right there on Junior Gilliam Way, I know that Monica and Kim stopped by to help out, but pretty much for that next week or so after the tornado, us with Hands on Nashville and a lot of our great partners, Crosspoint Church, and there's probably a number that I could list here, and Adam may want to chime in on it, but really became a point of just location for people to come get supplies, for volunteers to come and get sent out into Germantown and North Nashville as needed. As many of you probably know, a lot of the streets, even a block north of us, were closed due to damage or down power lines and just all the stuff that was going on. So that was our kind of directive there, was just let's get people, let's get them located here, let's get supplies located here and become a point where folks in our immediate neighborhood could come and, help recover as quick as possible. Adam, do you want to chip in anything on that while we're on this subject?
Yeah, it's Adam Noose, general manager here with the Sounds, and yeah, as Doug said, we kind of found ourselves in the front porch of this recovery, and it was great to see a lot of people from this call kind of involved in helping us, if it was donating or out providing some help, and we appreciate everybody on this call that came out. Minor League Baseball, we're made up of 160 teams across the country, so it's always interesting, any tragedy or disaster like this, there's a minor league baseball team close. That's kind of what we've taken pride in, is being able to help out the communities as much as we can. But and then back to some of the images that you see, the damages sound large that Doug presented, but it's unexplainable how lucky we were that it wasn't much worse. Just 50 feet from our main entrance, there was lumber going through brick. It was unbelievable how close we were and how lucky we are. So do you want me to keep going, or you?
Yeah, I'm going to flip to the next slide here, Adam, and this is where you'll take over.
Gotcha. So a little Sounds update. We feel like Sounds baseball is going to play a really important role in kind of bringing back that quality of life to our communities. And so we're actively and being extremely proactive in trying to prepare for that if the time does come. We were pretty proactive in taking care of our staff. So we shut down about a week before the mayor's office instructed us to. I probably underestimated how long this would last. And so we were trying to make sure we took care of our staff and came back ready to go for a April 9th opening day, which has come and gone. But up to this point, no layoffs, no furloughs, and hopefully we can continue that. We've been pretty optimistic to try to start June 1st as kind of the hope that minor league baseball has. I think it's turning into more of a best case scenario at this point. So we have a lot of contingent plans, some plans to potentially extend the season through September and do some different creative things to try to get the 140 game season that we do. If it's some double headers, some other aggressive things to just kind of get our fans into the ballpark. Major League Baseball is going to dictate a lot of this. So we're at the mercy of what they're willing to do and when they're willing to get started. A little bit different than Major League Baseball. We're not on TV, so we're not collecting TV money. So playing without fans is not really a reality for us. Our whole business is fan experience. So we're hopeful that we can get people back in the ballpark and kind of experience that quality of life that we try to bring. Up to this point, all of March, April events have been canceled. Probably looking into canceling all of our May events here pretty soon. We just haven't announced those, but this has really given us kind of a new opportunity to try to lead the way in what this new experience looks like. I joke with Doug that I want to have bleach-smelling air fresheners around the ballpark and Lysol-smelling air fresheners around the ballpark, just to try to let fans know that we've been proactive to keep the ballpark as clean as possible, that it's a safe and healthy atmosphere. So we've gone and basically reimagined every touch point that we have with fans and trying to figure out how we can be smarter and let people know that we're being proactive to be a good, safe place for the ballpark. I think next slide. So 2020, man, we had so many great things planned and really bummed that we weren't able to get going like we planned. We were on pace to have all-time high in season tickets sold, partnerships sold, groups were pacing really, really well. Coming off a year where last year we had over 1 million fans come through the ballpark through all of our special events in baseball. We decided to launch a new campaign called Hit City and kind of celebrate that we're more than baseball, more of a destination, kind of playing off the Smashville idea of being a destination for just like them. It's more than hockey. That area's a lot of cool stuff happening, and that's kind of what we're wanting to celebrate, was that we're more than baseball, that we're a year-round venue. This year we're opening up a new bar down the left field line called Third and Home that's going to be open year-round. Brooklyn Bowl's opening up down there. Special events continue to keep us busy, from soccer to glow, some motorsports events that we were working on. We installed some new seats. We kind of reinvented the left field entrance. That's going to be a new entry point for us. Put in a brand new field this year. So the field was looking fabulous. Field actually got installed the day before the tornado. So another spot that we got lucky on, that the tornado didn't just rip up the brand new turf that we had down. Installed a new air conditioned tent for groups. Another one that we got lucky on, that the tornado didn't just rip that apart. Luckily it was down and being installed, but it was scheduled to be installed probably that next week after the tornado. So with all that, we kind of had to pivot and figure out how we engage fans, so that we created this Safe and Sounds at Home campaign. So every game we've been simulating our games virtually. We've been using MLB The Show, which is on PlayStation. They have the Nashville Sounds as a team, have all of our players' looks and likenesses downloaded. And so we've been able to kind of have real matchups, and we have it on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, probably TikTok. So all sorts of ways to kind of stay engaged. We're keeping stats. We had Colby Allard was our player of the week this last week. We won 6-0 yesterday versus Oklahoma City. sitting 4-3 on the year. So we've had a lot of fun with our fans just staying engaged of this virtual simulated games that keep our fans engaged. But we also have virtual fireworks where we keep our sponsors engaged with Fox, and virtual kids run the bases. We have virtual in-game promotions, autographs. Over there to the left there's a menu on kind of recreating the Dickel and Cola slushy that we have at the bandbox that's always successful. But we've kind of shown people different menus that they can do at home to kind of recreate this baseball and First Horizon Park experience. My last thing that's not on this, our players, Major League Baseball's come out and said that they would pay them $400 a month through this time, which obviously is not a lot of money, but a pretty cool story that one of the Major League players, Chu Sin Su, decided to donate out of his own pocket $1,000 to every player to kind of get them through this time. So there's 190 players throughout their minor league system, and he wanted to go and support them, and just kind of a cool story coming out of the Rangers system. And we have a new manager, Darwin Barney, who we were excited to introduce him to Nashville. He won a Gold Glove with the Cubs recently, a pretty young guy. A lot of fun, and we're set up to have a great year, and hopefully we have an opportunity to kind of showcase all the things that we were working on.
We've got a quick video kind of that for our Safe and Sounds at Home. I'm going to try to cue that up for everybody here. Give me a second. Is this coming through?
Greetings from the ballpark.
Yes.
In any other year, First Horizon Park would be full of activity as we prepare for fans to enjoy the smell of grilled hot dogs, the refreshing taste of whiskey slushies at the bandbox, the soft padding of freshly cut
We hear it,
grass,
Doug, but we don't see it.
brilliant view of the
Okay, let me figure out how to share this right. I'm going to stop sharing for a minute and reshare.
While you're doing that, I know the ballpark has certainly was on the front line with the tornado, and Monica and I did go by the day after, and it was truly inspiring to see the group of volunteers and the staff and the organization come together, and just it was very, very sincere, and it was nice that we could lean on the ballpark in such a time. So thank you. And
okay. Can you see this now?
greetings from the ballpark.
Yep.
In any other year, First Horizon Park would be full of activity as we prepare for fans to enjoy the smell of grilled hot dogs, the refreshing taste of whiskey slushies at the bandbox, the soft padding of freshly cut grass on the berm, the brilliant view of the towering guitar scoreboard, the thrill of running the bases, and the comfort of summer nostalgia. But instead, the ballpark is quiet. Everyone is home. We're told this is the new normal, but we found that this new normal is hardly that, because baseball is our normal. When this is over, Discovery City, a place that's been producing hits under the lights every year since 1978. Until then, we are with you as we bring you Sounds Baseball in a new way, while still being true to the summer experience you know and love. We are bringing the ballpark to you on April 9th. Opening day lives on. Join us for Safe and Sounds at Home, just as you would every night at the ballpark, so we can be together under the lights again.
So I believe, unless Adam has anything else to chip in, that wraps up our report. I want to add a note that our players, we're in the middle of spring training. When the COVID pandemic hit, they have all been sent home to their respective homes all around the country and the world. And so they are not in Nashville. They have not gotten to Nashville yet. So we're awaiting, directive from baseball as to when the time is right for them to try to get here and get us up and running.
Thank you, Doug and Adam. Are there any questions for the sounds? Thanks, guys. That's impressive presentation, and we certainly all look forward to seeing all of our facilities come back to life, hopefully in the coming weeks, sooner than later. Thank you so much for everyone that has participated today. Most importantly, thank you for your dedication to our facilities and our city during this unprecedented time. And it is certainly an honor to serve alongside each of you. Our next meeting is scheduled for May 21st. We will be in communication as to the venue, whether virtual or physical, for that meeting. Hopefully we can see each other in person. Until then, certainly please keep healthy, stay safe, and be well. And seeing no other business, without objection, we will adjourn.
This has been a service of the Metro Nashville Network. If you would like to see this presentation again, or for more information about this and other programs, visit nashville.org.